of the app. You have two ways of logging in. Continue as a guest, which means you don't have to enter any login information or no credentials, and it'll say continue on. Or you can log in with a username or password. The username and password have been pre-filled here, and they're obviously correct. However, if you had a situation where the username or the password were incorrect and you tried to log in, an alert view would come up and it would prompt you saying that the username or password is incorrect, and you can either continue on anyway or you can cancel and try again. If you continue on, it'll just log your username and password as the incorrect ones that you used. Now, I'm going to continue on here as a guest. Now, this is the Start View controller. There are three things that you can do on this page. The first is you can log out. So let's say that you had enough with this and you wanted to start a new session. You can just hit log out and then delete all the information that you previously entered. Now, the other two things that you can do are you can view recent locations. So if you click the view recent locations button, it'll take you to a map and it'll drop pins on the map relating to the closest SpeedWatch sessions that have happened in the last several months. Now, once you're done with that, or you're at the location you want to be at, you can then start a new SpeedWatch session. So that's what I'm going to do now. So you can see there are a number of things that we can do on this page. We can either cancel, bringing us back to the previous view, or we can click Next, which will bring us to the next view. Now, if I were to hit Next now, an alert view would show up saying that not all the fields have been filled. So I have to do that first. So I must enter at least one last name or first name. So I'm going to do that now. First name. So if I don't like the location I'm at, it's auto-generated. It just uses the phone's GPS. If you were to hit update, it would then check to see where your current location is and then update your location accordingly. Additionally, it autofills the date and time. If you are starting later than the time indicated here, you can hit update and it'll just update that to the current time. Now, these are the speed limits here and the traffic direction. So I'm just going to put these at 50 and the traffic direction at north. Then I'm going to hit next and move on to the next screen. So this is where the bulk of the SpeedWatch session happens. As you can see, there are 4 rows. In each row, there's a car button, an SUV button, a truck button, or a motorbike button. Above each is a little field here that relates to the speed range. So in this case, the first one is from 0 to 50. So if you recall, I went back here, that I put the speed limit at 50. So the first one here is from 0 to 50. If I were to go back and then change this to 55, it would change the base speed here to 55. So anything from 0 to 55 falls in this range. Anything 10 kilometers above that falls in this range. 20 kilometers above this base limit falls into here. And then anything over that falls into here. So I'm just going to add a couple of vehicles here. And you'll notice that as I'm adding vehicles, a little white outline has shown up. This is just to let you know what the last vehicle you touched was. So if I hit it multiple times, it just goes away, then reappears again. So, as you can see, as I'm hitting new buttons, it increases the number of vehicles here. So I'm just going to hit a truck going over 75. It increased it by 1. If I were to hit undo, it would de-increment this by 1, and it would return the previous vehicle that we entered and outline that. Now, there are a couple other things that I can do. I can add infractions. So let's say I want to add an infraction to this motorbike. I'm going to say that this person was speaking on their cell phone while on a motorbike. You can see that the number of infractions is increased by 1. Now let me try that again. I'm going to add in no cell phone again. You can see that no new infraction has been added to this vehicle because the person can only be speaking on the cell phone once, or have their seatbelts unbuckled once, and so on and so forth. However, I can do things like add in reckless driving as well, which increases the number of infractions by another 1 for the same vehicle. Now, let's say I want to add another vehicle, this car over here, this vehicle. I want to add an infraction to that, and I want to say no seatbelt. You can see the number of infractions goes up by 1 I would say I want to say cell phone as well. Another infraction goes up by 1. If I were to hit undo now, it would decrease the number of vehicles by 1 and decrease the number of infractions by 2, and it would bring us back to the last vehicle that we touched, which was the motorbike. If I hit undo again, it reduces the number of infractions again by 2 because there were 2 associated with that, and the number of vehicles by 1. So in this case, I'm just going to add a couple of infractions to this vehicle here, and I'm going to proceed. So there are 2 other things that we can do now. We can click on this little person here. This takes us to a field where we can enter more detailed volunteer time. So if I wanted to say that, Budorf had arrived late, I could then say on, took a break, on, and left early, on. So he's a very lazy man. Now, let's say I decide that I don't want his first name to be Noah. I can change it to, say, Bob, or something along those lines, and fill it in like that. I can additionally fill in other users, and then that'll just record them and add them on. If I were to leave all the volunteer names blank, an alert view would come up when I hit the back button, letting me know that I have to fill in at least 1. So I'm just going to head back now. So I've added everything that I wanted to and all the infractions, and I'm done with my speedwatch session. I'm going to hit done, bringing me to the summary page. The summary page simply lists out all the various vehicle types and the speed that they were going at. So you can see the car, we logged 3 cars, and we logged 1 bike, and we logged a number of trucks. It totals everything here in the various speed ranges, and then gives us the total vehicles counted. It also, here, lists the infractions. So as you recall, there was a registration infraction and a reckless driving infraction. So these are both increased by 1. So I have 2 options now, 3 rather. I can either go back and add more vehicles to the summary. I can hit submit, at which point this data will be submitted to the database, or I can discard this session. If I hit discard, it'll take me back to the login page, deleting this entire session. Well, I don't want to do that, and I guess I could add in a couple more cars. So I'm going to go back to the speedwatch session, and I'm going to add in a few more vehicles. And I'm going to click done, and you can see that it's updated everything. Now, I feel that I've done enough work today, so I'm going to submit this data. Now, hit the button, and an alert view is going to come up, just letting me know that I'm about to submit this session. And if I don't want to, I can hit cancel, or if I'm ready to, I can hit submit. So it's now uploading this session. So you can see there was a little thing there that said it was uploading, and now it says that it's complete, and a new pop-up has come up saying that the upload is complete as well. So I'm just hit OK. And now 2 things happen here. First is that it opens up a web page to the volunteer information so that volunteers can log their hours and let's say some of the vehicles they've logged to the system that the VPD is already using. Additionally, it also logs the user out and brings the user back to the login page. So next time they log in, the first screen they see will be the login page again. So that's all. Thank you very much.